Hello everyone, and welcome to the introduction of what is the holistic truth? My name, who cares? How do we know what is truth and what is fiction? One person may answer and say, it's what I see. Seeing is believing. If I see it, I know it's real. Great answer. Another person may turn around and say, well, it's my experience. It's my life experience. It's what I've seen or experienced firsthand or secondhand. Another person may answer and say, well, it's what I learned. I mean, I was taught what is true and what is fact and what is fiction and what is, somewhere in between. When you take the truth and you omit different parts of the truth, some people think that's still truth. The question I have for you is, all three of these people, are they right or are they wrong? This is what we have to understand about perspective. We all have a very unique perspective. I am creating a system that utilizes systematic desensitization therapy and healing techniques that function like a video game. The truth is, nobody wants to do that soulful work. The same work that would release them from the unconscious patterns that we all fall into, which are loops. Many of us don't even know we have a loop. But to go into this system that we call the holistic truth, you have to go deep within yourself. Just like anything valuable. Diamonds, pearls, there's always something, right? We have to go digging. For pearls, or we have to go into the ocean. For diamonds, we have to go mining. For golds, we have to go mining in dark places. There's no difference in the human soul. There are gifts that are implanted into each soul. Some are gifted, meaning they have multiple gifts. So who am I, really? I'm just one person. I'm one person that has decided that I want to create a system that incentivize our members for critical thinking. I want to create a platform that is a learning resource center that takes science, nature, spirituality, and religion, and they find the common denominators, these interlocking parts where these things actually come together. Now, many of us don't learn the same. Like I said, some of us are seers. We have to see it. We need to understand it. We need to touch it. It has to be tangible. And I get that. So I am creating a system that it is tangible. I have found that we are all interconnected, and I have proof. Not only do I have proof, I can visually show it to you. There is nothing truly dividing us, except what we say is dividing us. The holistic truth believes that social labels are keeping us from uniting, truly uniting. The social labels are what the holistic truth calls socioeconomic class, race. What continent were you born on? What is your level of education? What is your political affiliation? What is your sexual orientation? Why does that even matter? None of those things identify, or none of those things can really determine what the soul is. Now, for my atheist friends, I understand that you don't believe that we don't have a soul. I know, because for 9 years I was an atheist, and I believe that I got here on a lucky lottery. And I believe that somehow, you just have to kind of grind and do what you got to do and hope for the best. And then you die, and then you go into the ground and you feed earth, and that's it. That's the end of it. There's nothing else. I always had a problem though with the casket. I was like, well, the only way you're going to go into the ground is if someone kills you and they bury you, which is awfully nice of them. Or just throwing you out into the ground. But can you really feed the earth if you're in a wooden casket? No, probably not. What if I was creating a system and I told you that this system is going to release dopamine over and over and over again And it's free. You don't have to pay for it. And you won't have a hangover. Would you buy my product? Probably. What if I told you that it is a system that uses frequency to invoke positive emotions such as joy, happiness, satisfaction, ecstasy? Isn't it interesting that positive emotions have been completely changed into euphemisms for sex? The first program I want to talk to you about is the program of lust and sex. If I say to you, when was the last time you were satisfied? Where does your mind go? If I say to you, have you ever felt pure ecstasy? Well, some of you might go to drugs. That's the other program, but we'll get there. Another video. What if I said to you, I feel pure excitement when I'm with her? You would automatically think that I meant sex. Oh, really? I didn't know you go that way. I believe that each one of you has a puzzle piece that I need for this platform. And I'm going to poll all of you. And when I decide to choose one of your options, I'm going to put it on my next video and I'm going to tell you which options I came up with. And then when I launch my platform, you're going to see it and say, wow, I participated in that. I feel kind of good. You're going to show your friends and family I did that. And it's a sense of satisfaction. My platform is broken up into 3 sections. The first section is the profile, and that is where our e-journal is, which is part of our self-development module. The e-journal helps you really watch your transformation. The second part of the platform is the video game, which is the rainforest. This is a really out of this world rainforest where we plant our seeds. A seed is what I call a conversation starter. A conversation starter in which I ask a question and then a seed goes into the ground. And now it's just a seed sitting in the ground. What are we gonna do with it? Water it, of course. And how do we water it? With frequency. We answer the question. So now as we answer the question, you get 1 point for every answer that you get that has not been chosen by another member. As you answer the question, this picture is going to grow into a tree, a fruit tree, a bush. We don't know what it's going to be. We're going to poll the YouTubers to find out exactly what kind of different, life forms we could create with these seeds. But when you answer the question, your answer stays on that board. So everyone can see that answer. And if they click on it, it will take them to your profile. On the Holistic Truth, we don't have a profile picture. The horror. No one's gonna see my cute dog? No, sorry. We don't care what you look like. We don't care how many kids you have. We don't care what your marital status is or, the kind of clothes and purses you wear. So what we do care about is what's on the inside. So we need to shed and shine the light that lives within us. See, when you remove the social labels from a person and now they can't identify by their age or by their socioeconomic class or by their religion or by whatever, now all of a sudden, who are they? This is where the light comes in. Your profile picture will be chosen from an array of colors and shapes. So you have to pick one color and one shape, and it's interchangeable. You can change it whenever you want based on your mood. However, because this is a social experiment, we're not going to tell you what the colors mean. The color psychology of it will be kept within our own system because we want to see what you are choosing before we tell you what it is. So we are essentially invisible on the Holistic Truth. Why do we need to be invisible? Why can't I have a face? Why can't I be cute, Because your beauty is not your gift. That was just your bonus. Sorry, not sorry. Your true gift is somewhere within you. And that light, it has to shine. You have to shine and burn it bright. And that is the Holistic Truth. So let me explain this. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not an influencer. I'm not an affluent person. I'm not even that highly educated. I'm just one. I'm just one. And how many times have you said to yourself, wow, this is really messed up. It hurts me. It makes me really sad to see so many people broken. But, you know, I'm just one person. What can I do? I'm just one. And you're just one. We are not limited at all. In fact, our power, our truth, comes from our soul's purpose in life is to find our soul's purpose. That is it. But we've gotten so ingrained in this eat, sleep, work, repeat. Eat, sleep, work, repeat. And we started to believe it. We started to believe that this was real. The eat, sleep, work, repeat is part of society. We didn't create society. Yes, we did. Oh, no. We accepted society. We said, okay, this is how we're going to do it. Is money really valuable? This is your new God. They put the money in front of us. This is your new God. They put these false idols on stage. This is your new God, a new political person. This is your new God, sports athlete. They just keep telling us what is our God. And we go, okay, that's our God. And I love the atheist who tells me, I don't believe in God. I don't worship. Everyone worships. And what is worship? Worship is surrender. When you surrender, you are worshiping. When you say to yourself, that person is better than me, that person has more than me, you are surrendering to it. You are giving them the power. The power is within us. God said, I made you in my image, but we depicted that as Santa Claus. Or shall I use the anagram for Santa, which is Satan? Never saw that before. Of course not. We're not programmed to. We're not programmed to see the truth. So who is Yeshua? Death and rebirth. We're not supposed to wait until we die, my friends. We're not supposed to die to be reborn. No. We are supposed to kill the flesh, kill the ego, kill the pride. Let the flesh shed. And when you do that, you transform into a new creature, a winged creature, the being that you were put here to be. That is your higher self. That was who you were born to be. But all of your experiences changed that. It took you off course, or you allowed it to do that. I promise you that every single one of you were not here just because it was a lucky chance. That every soul that is here right now at this time is here for a reason. And I promise you that. And you don't have to believe me yet, but you will. And you will see it for yourself. Not because I said it, because you will experience it yourself. Until next time, my friends, ABC, always be courageous. Good night.